The Living Universe Foundation, or LUF, was founded for the purpose of pursuing and implementing the vision of TMP 2.0. This is our raison d'etre. The objective of the Millennial Project 2.0, or TMP, is the cultivation of a spacefaring civilization and the spread of life into the larger universe through interplanetary and ultimately interstellar settlement. We do not consider ourselves the conquerors of space, but rather the gardeners of the universe. We go to space for what we can make there, to create pleasant places to live and initiate life where there is none. TMP consists of 8 phases: Foundation, Aquarius, Bifrost, Asgard, Avalon, Elysium, Solaria, and Galactia. Foundation is the cultivation of the founding community and infrastructure for the rest of TMP. Foundation proposes a series of activities and facilities culminating in concerted media production to communicate our vision, the Kelsonian economic model of the resident-owned Community Investment Corporation, an industrial cooperative built from community entrepreneurship and investment, and one or more Aquarian seed settlements. The essential nature of the CIC is that of a real estate development corporation owned and operated predominantly by the residents of the communities it creates. It thus owns and develops the real estate of TMP settlements, while in turn being owned by the residents of those settlements. Key ventures of the industrial cooperative, in partnership and co-investment with CIC Community Development, are intended to bootstrap key technologies and industries supporting seed evolution into full-scale equatorial marine settlements. These include the marine structural technologies employed in the settlement and their innumerable commercial and industrial applications, OTech, algae culture, mariculture, hydroponics, cold bed agriculture, agricultural automation, and new transportation such as eco-ships, A-ships, the Aquarian airship, the wingship Econoplane, and the VTOL stall-capable long-range EcoJet. The seed is also intended to be home to initial, albeit rudimentary, space systems research, development, and entrepreneurial ventures such as early Asgard Bifrost projects. Aquarius, the evolution of seed marine settlements into a series of large-scale equatorial marine settlements serving as comfortable homes for the expanding society of TMP and as space centers hosting comprehensive space research and industry. Bifrost, a launch system development program intended to pursue a number of approaches to several basic capabilities, from Earth launch to low Earth and geosynchronous orbits and interorbital transfer. Asgard, which will establish a comprehensive orbital settlement initially in near-Earth orbits, along with a logistics infrastructure to support exploration, research exploitation, and settlement in the rest of the solar system. Avalon, the habitation of any large surface bodies in the solar system, starting with the Moon, as they will all tend to employ a common architectural and development strategy which the Moon will serve as the initial testbed for. Elysium, the cultivation of techniques of terraforming that can be applied to large moons and planets, particularly in the context of interstellar settlement. Mars is intended as the initial testbed for this effort, its prospects of terraforming the subject of speculation for many decades. Solaria, the ultimate realization of a spacefaring culture. It is the achievement of a solar civilization, approaching the Kardashev Type II status of being able to utilize the entire potential energy of its parent star. Galactia, the ultimate human adventure. The exploration and settlement of the galaxy at large, starting with our nearest stellar neighbors. Though presented sequentially for the sake of narrative simplicity, these phases are not simply sequential in development, though key infrastructures, facilities, and technology would necessarily develop in sequential interdependence. Nor will phases simply end once the next has emerged. There will be new Aquarian settlements being built even as the first starships are deployed. So we can say that the stages of TMP represent a priority of development activity that may manifest achievements in roughly this order, but is by no means an absolute development order. In that context, all stages are, in some sense, concurrent within the limits of available technology, resources, and development capability at any particular time. Most phases of TMP are characterized by a specific kind of settlement architecture associated with the particular location being inhabited and infrastructures being cultivated. Creating these settlements, these places to live, are the essential purpose of TMP, and each type is the hallmark of achievement for a given phase or era. So, though most certainly involving much commercial activity, particularly early on, we will build the settlements of TMP primarily as our own homes for lifetimes, and we expect to live well there. Please join us